Well, hello everybody. Johnny Hiland here in Franklin, Tennessee at Studio 19, here on behalf of Destroy All Guitars and Fat Jimmy Amplifiers. Well, today, folks, we're going to take a look at the Fat Jimmy Amps Jimmy Jr. Man, this little amp is a beast. Oh my goodness. You know, guys, what's so cool about doing this video for y'all today is this is my first time experiencing this amp. And I gotta say, for a little 12-watt amp, this is absolutely a monster. So I would actually say that it would be probably comparable to an old Fender Princeton Reverb. But this amp has a voice all of its own, so it's really, you can't really compare it. I would say size-wise and everything, it would be like the old Fender Princeton. But here again, Fat Jimmys are just awesome as far as their own unique tone and versatility and that kind of thing, and I'm going to show you how. But first, let's take a look at the knob layout of this awesome amp. We start right here with the volume, then we have tone, bass, reverb, speed, depth, and then the Jimmy knob. Now guys, the Jimmy knob, from what I am to understand, actually turns up a different kind of gain stage, like a distortion level. But to me, it kind of seems like a presence knob as well. It gives you a little extra girth in there, which is really cool. So after the volume, we got treble and bass, which kind of is reminiscent of the old Princeton Reverb, I guess. The reverb in this amp is off the charts. I mean, if you guys love old 50s sounding Fenders style amps, this reverb definitely has this. Check this out. I'm just turning it up slowly. You know, if you're a surfer dude, you know, with the old, you can have some incredible times with the reverb in this amp. Pretty awesome. So, I don't even think I'm about halfway up on the dial there, and you can get some pretty crazy reverb sounds. So, now let's talk about the vibrato in this amp. Pretty killer, guys. One thing I will tell you, unlike any Fender amp out there, or Fender sounding amp, this vibrato is unlike anything you've ever heard. It actually goes slower than any that you've heard. Check this out. That is pretty awesome, guys. So if I was going to play something, you know, what an incredible, incredible tone. Now guys, I want you to know, the only thing I have on the, out of my pedal board right now in the tone is just my delay. And I'm actually going to take that off again and show you that vibrato again. That is just amazing. So right now, guys, this amp is running as raw as it can be. The reverb is coming from the amp, the vibrato is coming from the amp. Man, if you're a chicken picker, you will absolutely fall in love with this amp. So let me just tell you a little bit more about it. Actually, it's got two 6V6s in the back and a lot of NOS parts in these amps, guys. I think that's what makes Fat Jimmy amps so incredible. Also, there is a Fat Jimmy speaker in this amp. It's actually called the C1270. Really amazing, amazing sounding speaker, guys. So I want to keep kind of turning up the depth dial, or the speed dial, if you will, on the vibrato, and just show you how amazing this sounds. Check it out. We're getting faster. Now see, that right there, guys, would be good for a truck horn. That's pretty awesome. So now I'm bringing it all the way back, guys. If you're like a Marty Stewart fan or you love any of the old 50 style stuff, play some really cool stuff like this. And see, to me, we don't have enough reverb, guys, so I got to add a little more. Man, just singing vibrato right there, guys, and a beautiful, beautiful reverb. You know, guys, I think all I can do right now is crank on a dirt pedal from my pedal board here, and I'm going to choose a, well, let's use the Bucket Seat by Analog Alien. Let's crank a little bit of that on for you and see how this sounds. Guys, I am mind blown right now. You know, I'm sitting in one of the most beautiful studios in Franklin, Tennessee, and pretty much all in Nashville as well. And this would be the most amazing, amazing studio amp. So, Brother Kyle, you need to book me on a session soon, man, so I can bring this little bad boy in. Guys, 12 watts. What an amazing, amazing sound and amplifier. And you know that you can get it directly at DestroyAllGuitars.com. If you haven't checked out a Fat Jimmy Jr., you need to call Brother Cliff and order you one today. But before we get out of here, I need to play you some humbucker guitar and show you how it sounds through this amazing amp. All right, folks, now I've moved to a Kiesel single cut guitar with some humbuckers in it. Want you to hear this bad boy of a little amp. What I've done is I've got a distortion pedal turned on here, and I'm just going to show you the tone real quick, what it sounds like with a dirt box. So we know that it sounds great with a dirt box, but here's one thing I wanted to point out, guys. Even with using humbuckers, if I shut my gain pedal off, we can crank this little bad 12 watt up here and see if it will get the same kind of distortion, because this amp breaks up awesome, and we still have yet to talk about the Jimmy knob. So So now there's nothing on except some reverb from the amp, nothing going pedal-wise in the amp. So what I'm going to do is just turn this bad boy up slowly with the volume of the guitar all the way up. And let's check out the 2 breakup that we get naturally. Already right there. Where are we at on the volume knob now, Steve?
Right about 7.
Right about 7. Check that out, guys. Oh, man, that is just raw goodness right there, guys. I'm going to bring it up one more number, right around 8, but I'm going to bring the Jimmy knob up. I call it the fat Jimmy knob, but it's just the Jimmy knob, guys. But see, as I do bring the Jimmy knob up, it gains more grit. You can really feel that, so I'm going to bring the treble up. Holy macaroni, that's awesome right there, guys. What I did is I cranked the Jimmy knob all the way, and you wouldn't necessarily need that much to break up, but I wanted you to hear it at full bore. Now I'm going to bring it back here. Let's just see what kind of a difference that makes. Yeah, now you can hear the spring reverb real well, but to be honest with you though, the dirt has loosened a little bit, but it's just a feel thing. All the tone is still there. Wow, guys, I guess it just depends on what era of rock you want to play, or blues, or if you want to get into some of that Mississippi Delta stuff. You can really, really do it on this little Jimmy Jr. What an incredible, incredible amp, guys, with humbuckers. Now I'm going to switch back to the single coils and have a little more fun for you. All right, folks, we're back to single coils here with my signature Johnny Hiland model Kiesel guitar. And guys, I'm a massive Danny Gatton fan. And you know, when I play 100-watt amps on stage, 50 to 100-watt amps, it's really hard to get that natural 2 breakup sound. Well, with a little 12-watt amp, especially a Fat Jimmy, check this out, guys. If you love Danny Gatton, you're going to eat this amp up. Man, oh man, that's awesome. So, guys, I'll tell you what, if you're a session musician, or you're a chicken picker, or you love to break out into the blues or play some rock stuff, guys, I've never been so in love with such a small little 12-watt amp in my entire life. Actually, brother Mike Pascal that builds these Fat Jimmy amps has really taken the time to dial in that perfect breakup sound and to get it right, you know. Now, granted, I'm not saying that owning vintage amps isn't cool, but guys, I'll tell you what, when you're a session cat like me and a live musician, you want to make sure that your tone is as good as it possibly can be. So, this is Johnny Hiland saying you need to contact Brother Cliff Coltreri at DestroyAllGuitars.com and get yourself a Fat Jimmy Jr. today. What an amazing amp, folks. God bless. Thanks for watching.